Have you ever opened your refrigerator, spotted a dairy product, and thought, oh no, is this still good? Well, when it comes to that best by date on dairy products, the good news is that often, yes, you absolutely can eat dairy after this date. This is a common point of confusion for many home cooks who want to reduce waste and save money. The key lies in understanding the difference between various food date labels. A best by date is primarily a quality indicator. Food manufacturers use this date to suggest when a product is expected to be at its peak freshness, flavor, and texture. It is not a strict safety deadline. Think of it as a recommendation for optimal enjoyment, similar to how a fine wine might have a peak drinking window. Dairy products, when stored properly, can often remain as perfectly safe and delicious for several days, or even weeks, beyond this specific date. This applies to items like milk, yogurt, and many cheeses, provided they have been continuously refrigerated and kept in their sealed containers until ready for use. So how do you decide if that yogurt or carton of milk is still good to eat? It is time to trust your senses, which are your best tools for assessing dairy safety. First, give it a good sniff. Any sour, rancid, or off odors are clear signals that the dairy has spoiled and should be discarded immediately. Fresh milk, for example, has a neutral or slightly sweet smell, while spoiled milk will have a very distinct sour aroma. Next, perform a visual check. Look for any signs of mold growth, discoloration, or unusual separation. This is especially important for yogurts or sour cream, where mold might appear as small fuzzy spots on the surface. Finally, evaluate the texture and consistency. If milk has become lumpy or clumpy, or if yogurt has an unusually watery or grainy texture, these are strong indications of spoilage. While a little separation in natural yogurt is normal and can be stirred back in, excessive liquid or a thick, chunky consistency suggests it has gone bad. Always err on the side of caution. If you notice any of these signs, it is best to throw it out. Here is a little insider tip for extending your food budget and reducing waste. Different types of dairy have varying post-date lifespans. Hard cheeses, like cheddar or Parmesan, are quite resilient. If you see a small spot of mold on a hard cheese, you can often simply cut off at least 1 inch around and below the mold, and the rest of the cheese will still be safe to enjoy. However, this method does not apply to soft cheeses, which should be discarded if mold is present. Unopened yogurt, when kept consistently cold in the refrigerator, can frequently be good for up to 1 to 2 weeks past its best by date due to its beneficial bacterial cultures. Milk, being more perishable, usually shows signs of spoilage within a few days after its best by date. Knowing these nuances can save you from tossing perfectly good food. By understanding the true meaning of best by dates and by confidently using your senses, you can significantly reduce food waste in your kitchen. This smart approach to food management not only helps you save money on groceries, but also ensures that you are making the most of every item you buy. You become a more empowered and efficient home cook, transforming potential waste into delicious, safe meals. It is all about making informed decisions to keep your pantry and refrigerator working harder for you.